Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel. Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. Sorry for the late start. Got out of work late. But here's the Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week for August 20th of Year 2 of the FSBL, the division-leading New York Mets. A terrific season for them to this point, 75-49. They've got a 3-game lead on the Montreal Expos. They host the Florida Marlins. The Marlins come in only 4 games out of the wild card spot. The Mets have taken the first 2 of this 3-game set. We've got a pair of rookies on the mound in this one. Jose Fernandez gets the start for the Marlins. Noah Syndergaard gets the start for the Mets. We'll take a look at their numbers and the starting lineups in a moment. Appreciate you joining me here. Wayne Martz, Tex Ags in the chat. How are you, gentlemen? Thanks for sticking around. Noah Syndergaard, 10-4, a 2.68 earned run average in 24 starts this season. He has been outstanding in lengthening out this already solid Mets bullpen. The lineup has produced well this season for the Mets as well as they look for a return to the playoffs. Leading off for the Marlins, Christian Yelich, great year for him so far. 323, 22 homers, 63 runs batted in. Syndergaard winds up for the first pitch as we get underway. Yelich swings, skies it out to right. Strawberry's under it, 1 pitch, 1 out. We're underway here at Shea. Beatles eternally joined us. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well with you. Here's the Marlins lineup. Yelich, Prado, and MVP candidate Hanley Ramirez. Gary Sheffield, Derek Lee, and Dan Uggla. Jeff Conine, Mark Kotze, and Cal Raleigh round out the Marlins lineup. Here's Martin Prado batting .278. Fastball misses down low. It's 1-0. Prado, 10 homers, 47 RBIs so far on the season. For the surprising Marlins, they stay a game above 500. They have gotten the jolt of a pair of terrific young rookie pitchers, as Prado weakly lines out to do that first. Jose Fernandez and Sandy Alcantara, draft picks last year, both joined the rotation this year, as did Gary Sheffield, who has lengthened this lineup and provided support for this man. Hanley Ramirez, 327, 33 homers, 93 RBIs. That 327 mark, 9th in the National League. Ramirez having an MVP caliber season. He has been absolutely outstanding, with Sheffield batting behind him. Sheffield has started to cool off a bit lately, so we'll see if Ramirez suffers a similar fate. Fouls that one off hard. Syndergaard's ahead of him 0-2. Syndergaard rocks and delivers. Slider misses down low. I concede with the late start, I would love a good pitcher's duel here tonight to get through this game a little bit more quickly. And Syndergaard does his part for that, which I appreciate. Beautiful slider there, locks up Ramirez at the knees. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Syndergaard. Marlins go down in order in the first. We head to the bottom half here at Shea. Mets coming up. On the mound for the Marlins, Jose Fernandez, 7-7, a 3.6 earned run average for him through 25 starts. 1.17 whip, he's been very solid, less than a hit an inning. Giving up a few gopher balls that's inflated that ERA a bit, but still certainly very respectable. Here's Jose Reyes batting .311, leading the National League in stolen bases with 38. He and Ricky Henderson, once again, the leading leaders, respectively, in the National and American League. There you see the Marlins, 4 games back in the wild card. They're hanging around. Again, buoyed by a load of young talent. Fernandez leading that pack. He's ahead of Reyes 0-2. Fernandez winds and delivers. Nice curve ball there, just down low on that outside corner. Fernandez asking where that pitch was. Kind of rolls the eyes. Didn't seem to agree with the umpire's determination there. But regardless, the count goes to 1-2. Fastball misses up high. 2-2 offering. There's a curveball. Reyes pulls it weakly to second. Uggla's there. Quick throw to first. Reyes busting it down the line, but he's thrown out for the first out. You'll see the Mets lineup. Reyes, McNeil, and Beltran. Strawberry, Johnson, and Duda. Lindor, Gilkey, and Joe Ferguson round things out for the Mets. Again, Ferguson acquired in an offseason trade from the Houston Astros. Here's Jeff McNeil. The Mets have moved to a platoon situation at second base. McNeil playing against righties, Edgardo Alfonso playing against lefties. McNeil batting .275, 4 homers, 24 runs batted in. McNeil slashes one out to left. Yelich retreats on it. Puts it away for out number 2.
Batting third.
Yes, Tex, I have to stay around. This is true. Unfortunately, I had to stay around work. Here's Carlos Beltran batting .330, the Mets center fielder, putting up another terrific year. If you remember, Beltran had an outstanding season last year as well, and then suffered a knee injury in mid-September that kept him out through the postseason. He was not part of that playoff roster last year. Mets hope for a return to the postseason this time around with their terrific center fielder leading the way. Pulls this curveball foul. Count goes to 1-2. Fastball off the outside corner. Beltran gets a piece to stay alive. High fastball. Beltran hanging in. Good battle here. Jose Fernandez and Carlos Beltran here in the bottom of the first. Breaking ball down low. Beltran gets a piece again. Fernandez looking for that put-away pitch here. Another fastball. He's staying away. Beltran gets another piece. We'll see if Fernandez decides to come inside. It's 1-2, so he's got some wiggle room here. He does come up and in, and he fans Beltran to end the inning. So Syndergaard and Fernandez both start off well here in the first. We head to the top of the second. Marlins and Mets are scoreless. Here's the rookie, Gary Sheffield, .274, 33 home runs, tied for 4th in the National League. He's also got 77 ribbies to go along with that. So the rookie right fielder making his presence very, very felt in this Marlins lineup, and as a result, here in this National League East. And that ball is crushed deep to right field, opposite field, and Sheffield has number 34. A vicious swing, and Syndergaard's cruise control first inning seems like a memory here. Sheffield puts that one well out of this place, out in right. Solo shot for Sheffield, and the Marlins take a 1-0 lead. Buggy whipping that bat. He makes contact. Sheffield hits the ball a long, long way. Out there to right center off the base of the Giants scoreboard here at Shea. So the Marlins take the 1-0 lead. Syndergaard will try to regroup against Derek Lee. Fastball, high strike called. It's 0-1. Lee batting .290, 18 homers, 55 runs batted in. Well, Dwayne, as we've established previously, if I compliment a player, he's going to do something bad. And if I criticize a player, he's going to do something good. We've learned that in previous broadcasts. Funny how that seems to work. 1-1 the count to Lee. Slider misses inside. Count goes to 2-1. Syndergaard delivers. Lee pulls it down. Frustrating I got out of work. I thought I was going to get out of work by 11 tonight. Opening night of the NBA season, and I had to wait in my basketball column. This took forever to file their story, so I didn't get out of work until 11:30, which was irritating to say the least. But it is what it is, and unfortunately, the stuff that pays the bills has to take priority over this. So Lee goes down looking. Nice slider there from Syndergaard. So a good bounce back at bat there for Noah.
Number 6.
Lee goes down, and that'll bring up Dan Uggla. Uggla batting .260. Fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Tex says, that seems to happen a lot on your channel. What, my kiss of death call? Players proving my comments wrong. Yeah, that does happen. That does happen a lot. It's like having kids. You know? Say one thing, the opposite happens. 1-1 the count here to Uggla. Fouls off the low fastball. Goes to 1-2. Syndergaard delivers, comes, rides a fastball inside, and down goes Uggla. So Syndergaard has 3 strikeouts through the first 6 batters, but he's still down 1-0. Here's Jeff Conine. Conine batting .248, puts one over the head of Lucas Duda out in the right field. Strawberry cuts it off. Conine will hold with a single.
Batting 8, the center fielder, Mark.
So 2 hits, both to the opposite field, but Conine stays in the yard. That'll bring up Mark Kotsay. Kotsay batting .256. Fastball on the inside corner for strike one. 9 homers, 37 ribbies for Kotsay to this point. Again, it is August 20th of year 2 of the FSBL. Fastball fouled off. Syndergaard delivers. Change up down low is fouled off. Count goes to 0-2. High fastball there. Kotsay gets a piece. Playoff position starting to take a little bit of shape as Bernard Strom Sports Replays joins us. How are you, Bernard? Thank you for staying up with me. Again, apologies for the late start. You guys know I don't usually post a time that I plan to go on unless I'm fairly certain I'm going to hit it. And then work had other plans for me tonight. So the Marlins are retired, but not before Gary Sheffield gives Florida a lead here with a home run off of Syndergaard, off the scoreboard out in right center. We head to the bottom of the second here at Shea Stadium. Marlins 1, Mets nothing. Stepping in, Darryl Strawberry. Darryl batting .287. 21 homers on the year. Jose Fernandez starts his second inning of work. Shift there. Strawberry grounds right into it, and Uggla on the outfield grass throws him out for out number 1.
The third baseman, Howard Johnson.
So here comes the third baseman, Howard Johnson. Johnson, 304, 26 homers, 68 runs batted in. 969 OPS, very impressive, but Johnson's average has started to tumble. He was up around 330 for a good portion of this year. But over the last month, that average has dropped about 30 points. Hojo not expected to be a 330 hitter, so can't be too surprised by that. What the Mets can't afford is for Johnson to go in the tank offensively over these final 6 weeks of the season. Fly ball out to left. Yelich takes a step to his right and sets up underneath it, puts it away for the second out.
Batting sixth, the first baseman.
Yeah, Tex, I'm the assistant sports editor at a newspaper here in New York. So, I'm on deadlines at night and stuff like that. Curveball swung on and missed there. Count goes to 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed by Duda. So 0-2. Shot out to right. Duda gets a good hold of this one. Sheffield's going back. It's over his head. It's a one-hopper off the wall. And Duda, though not fleet of foot, will pull in at second with a 2-out double. 11th double of the season for Duda. And now here comes the guy the Mets really need to get going. He has been a disappointment over the first 2 seasons. He's played a terrific shortstop for them, but Francisco Lindor has not hit a lick. 223, 13 homers, 53 runs batted in. As Bernard asked, Leds, how are the number of views on your football games more or less than baseball? Well, I haven't really done many football broadcasts. I've done... back when I was doing my stuff with Pro Strategy Football, and I was doing those broadcasts, I think that it was a different crew, but the numbers were fairly similar. But I hadn't gotten into a football community, kind of like this baseball community at that point. For Madden, I've only really done that one preview game on the channel. I think when that project is done, because it's basically going to be the same premise as this Franchise Stars Baseball League, the way I'm doing it, and Madden presents so well, I think it's going to do well. But again, I don't guess at it. I hope, because Lindor grounds out to Uggla to end the inning. But I haven't really started touting it yet because I'm not done, and it's going to be a while until I'm done with that project. Football's the most popular sport. So I'm guessing that, and the Madden people are kind of fanatical. But I don't know, because the one thing that baseball has over football, as Cal Raleigh steps in to lead off the third, is the history thing resonates more, I believe, with baseball people than football people. As Raleigh flies out to Beltran, so is this concept going to play as well with football? With football people as baseball people? I'm not sure about that, honestly. I just know that I'm really excited about the project, and whatever happens from there, then that's what happens. But my LSUFL project with Pro Strategy, and then when it moved on to Action PC, always had a pretty similar number of views to this. So we'll see. Ground ball down to Duda, flips it to Syndergaard covering, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Martin Prado.
Like I'm going through rosters now. I was actually Bernard, working on your Patriots roster today, actually. You've got a bunch of guys from like the 60s and 70s Patriots there. And, in baseball, everybody loves the 60s and 70s. I don't know enough as far as how football, the people who would be watching this, I don't know, because I haven't looked for it, if there's a football community like this group that we have here with the baseball history stuff. That doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means I haven't really looked for it because I'm still at least a month and a half away from getting that project really rolling. Weak round out here. It's us through the top of the third. Gilkey, Ferguson, and Reyes due up for the Mets in the bottom half. Marlins still lead at 1-0. Here's Bernard Gilkey, 246, 8 homers, 33 RBIs, a far cry from Gilkey's production last year. Remember, Gilkey was placed in a backup position this year after the Mets dealt Lenny Dykstra and brought in Shane Mack. Mack was actually getting much of the playing time out there in left, but then Mack got injured. So now Gilkey is getting the load of the at-bats. I believe Mack is done for the season, if I remember correctly. 0-2 pitch, fastball rides inside. It's 1-2. Thanks, Tex. I hope. Thanks, Bernard. Yeah, I think they're going to have a good number of viewers too. Again, it's just I want to. I'm really bad about the promotional aspect of doing this because obviously, I mean, I don't worry about viewers, but with the amount of time and stuff I put into developing these projects, I'd obviously love my channel to blow up. I mean, that'd be great. Here's Joe Ferguson. Ferguson batting 268, 18 homers, 41 RBIs. But like, I don't promote this stuff. Like, I've got a Twitter account I hardly ever use. I've got Legend Sports Universe set up on TikTok and Instagram. I hardly ever use that either. So I mean, I've got to get it out there. I'm going to have to put in a little bit of legwork, but we'll see. I do want to start promoting this league as we get closer to the playoffs again, because I was getting a few clicks on TikTok when I was posting some vids last year. It's just these people who do, not to get too far afield, but these people who do like this streaming stuff, like it's what they do, like they're YouTubers and like these guys gaming channels and stuff like that. Man, it takes a lot more work than I think people realize it takes for those guys to be doing dedicated broadcasts every single day, regular content. Like, that's a lot to do. And I never want, like, yes, there's a work aspect to me doing this with all I put into creation and stuff like that. But man, the minute this starts feeling like work, I'm done. It's just, this is my hobby. This is my downtime. I don't watch much TV. My wife and I have a couple of shows that we'll binge watch together, when we have our time together on the weekends. But other than that, I really don't watch TV. So like when I have free time, this is what I like to do. This is my downtime. So if my hobby starts to feel like work, it'll be a bad thing. I burn myself out doing stuff like that. I did music fairly recreationally. But during COVID, I'd gotten back into it. I hadn't done music in 20 years. And I was doing some live streams and stuff like that. And then I started setting like deadlines to do stuff as Reyes bunts his way on for a base hit. Sorry, I'm kind of deviating from the broadcast a bit. I'll get back to the game. And then I decided I wanted to put a song I'd written about my sister, who I lost to breast cancer 10 years ago. I wanted to do a song that I wrote for her, and I wanted to put it out there. And I set a timeline for myself, and all of a sudden it became work. And I just dropped it all, and I stopped doing music because of that. Because I turned it into work, and I ruined it for myself. And I may get back to it at some point, but so like I don't want to do that with this. Like, as much as I enjoy this, I don't want it to ever be work. If it's work, I'll be done. Change up there, misses down inside to McNeil, counts 1-2. Sorry for my little TED talk there, but I've thought about Twitch, Bernard, actually, and Ron Juckett actually is the one who told me that he thought my stuff would do well on Twitch too. I just haven't. Again, like, it's just, gee, is that going to be work to do that and whatever? And I just have to kind of look into all of it and set it up. Fastball, ooh, That is, man, if they're going to give Jose Fernandez that pitch all day, the Mets are going to have some problems. That pitch looked well high, but it's a called third strike. McNeil goes down. Well, I said I wanted a pitcher's duel because of the late start to the broadcast, and right now we've got it. We head to the top of the fourth. It's 1-0 Marlins.
Leading off from Miami, the shortstop, Henry Ramirez.
Just doing the entry text, just to get to what you're talking about there, editing one team in Madden 24, it's probably about four plus hours for me to enter a team properly. And that's not counting the time where I'm getting the stats into my spreadsheets to generate the ratings. That's just entering the guys, getting their equipment right, and all that kind of stuff. Doing the equipment thing. Like, if I didn't care how anybody looked, and if I was just slapping, making sure they were a black guy or a white guy or whatever, and then just putting the ratings on, it would go much quicker. But I'm really trying to get everybody's gear right. And, because the appearances, like, football, you don't see the faces like you do here in MLB The Show. So, getting the appearance for these old linemen, Gene Upshaw wearing the big, neck collar, and, Herschel Walker with the oversized shoulder pads and all that kind of stuff. Like, you want these guys to really appear like they did, because that's the most authentic thing you can get appearance-wise, because you really don't see their faces because they're under helmets the whole game. And the EA faces are terrible, so that their faces are under helmets is a good thing. As you saw in the broadcast that I did with the Terry Bradshaw, looking like Nicolas Cage fiasco. Fastball rides into lead for ball one after Sheffield draws the walk. Excuse me, I tried to hit the button before I coughed. Lee lashes this one down the right field line. That's going to stay fair and go into the corner. Sheffield's around second, digging for third. Strawberry digs it out of the corner. Sheffield comes around third. The relay throw home is a good one, and Sheffield's thrown out. Beautiful relay throw from Jeff McNeil after a strong throw from Darryl Strawberry. It took a perfect relay to get Sheffield at the plate, but they do get him. McNeil throws a strike. Ferguson gets the tag down, and Sheffield is thrown out at the plate on the lead double to keep this a 1-0 game. That is a perfectly executed relay from Strawberry to Jeff McNeil. Fastball from Syndergaard in for a call and strike. You know what, Dwayne? And you mentioned that in when I was commenting about the Madden project in one of your streams. You talked about the hip pads are actually one thing that they don't include in there, which is kind of surprising. I'm appreciative of it because it's one less thing I have to worry about. But yeah, like Franco and the hip pads, exactly. It's but just getting the gear right for all those guys. It just, people talk about how much work I put into these things, and it is, but the whole purpose of it is because once it's done, then I can just sit back and enjoy the project and play it out. Setting this up was a ton of work, but now it's just, I just watch the games and I play them, play it out and do these broadcasts and chat with you guys and have fun. It's it's a lot of work getting it all set up, but the payoff is really, really cool. Ugla rounds one into left field. Lee comes around to score. As Ugla smashed that one past Lindor. Nothing Lindor could do about that. That ball was hit hard. 113-8 off the bat from the burly Dan Ugla, and the Marlins have a 2-0 lead. Here's Jeff Conine. Conine singled his first time up. Takes a fastball here for a called strike. Eric Dickerson, good reference. You know what? I don't know if the Rams drafted Dickerson. I haven't gotten down to the Rams yet. I know the Steelers don't have Franco Harris to start. The Steelers actually the one game I did broadcast when I started talking about the project was the Steelers-Cowboys game. But once I finish the defensive backs for the Chargers, and then I have the ratings for the Patriots done, I have to enter the Patriots, and then I'll have 10 teams. I'll have 10 teams done. But now I've set my formulas for the Madden project. So, like, I've done a lot of changing and tweaking and revising and tweaking and revising over this last month of working on this. But now I've got my ratings thing set. So it's not as much tweaking. Now it's just data entry, basically. So hopefully I'll get rolling at a little bit better pace. So Conine ropes a single and a left for his second hit of the day. First and second, 2 outs. Here's Mark Kotze. Kotze 0 for 1. Fastball misses outside. Syndergaard trying to keep this game from getting out of hand. Kotze not a huge power threat, but still, 2 men on, put one into the gap, and all of a sudden you've got a 4-0 game here. Fastball misses away, it's 2-1. Shot down to first. Duda has it. He'll take it himself to the bag. And the side is retired. But the Marlins pick up another run on the RBI single from Dan Ugla. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Marlins 2, Mets nothing. How are you going to do Lester Hayes with the sticky stuff? Yeah, there's no sticky rating. Him and Bolitnikoff are going to be a bit of a struggle to do. Lester Hayes is actually on the Raiders opening roster. Bolitnikoff is not. He'll come in the future draft. So the Mets have the heart of the order coming up here against Jose Fernandez. Here in the 4th. First pitch in there for a called strike. Mets would like to scrape at least something across here in the 4th. Fernandez dealing well to this point. Nice curveball there. Beltran holds up. They don't even appeal it. Count goes to 2-1. Breaking ball there, and Beltran way out in front. Fastball from Fernandez. No, oh, the changeup. Oh, he fooled me too. Got Beltran out ahead of it, pulls it foul. These two had a good duel the first time up, ended with a Fernandez strikeout. This one, Beltran hits well to left. Yelich is going back on, and he tracks it down at the edge of the warning track. Nice play by Christian Yelich to retire Beltran to open up the bottom of the 4th. Lester Hayes was a great player. Great defensive back. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry 0 for 1. Curveball in at the knees. Bernard made a comment before that I meant to respond to, and then I didn't. Let me scroll back here. Only players in the 60s and 70s Patriots that compete: Jim Nance, Russ Francis. Nance didn't. I don't think Nance. Oh no, you know what? No, Nance is. Nance and Russ Francis are actually both on their opening roster for me. And Francis, and so is Gronk. So they've got like their 2 best tight ends in history. The Patriots got a very good draw. Curveball there has Strawberry way out in front. He goes down for the 2nd out here in the 4th. Here's Howard Johnson. Fastball fouled off. Hojo flew out his first time up. Fastball there. Hojo tries to hold up, but he's called a strike on the outside corner anyway. 1-1 the count. Fastball in there for a called strike. 1-2 offering from Fernandez. Bounces one in the dirt. Hojo won't chase. Curveball inside. That's a hard curve from Fernandez. Hojo looked like he fouled that one off his foot. Comes inside with the heater. Johnson takes it. Count goes full. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Curveball misses down low, so Fernandez loses Johnson. Mets have a 2-out base runner. Here's Lucas Duda. Duda 1 for 1. He doubled his first time up. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. Runner goes. Johnson. Good, strong throw from Cal Raleigh, but Hojo gets in there ahead of it. His 18th stolen base of the year. Hojo did not run that much for these Mets last season, but they're running him more this year. So now Johnson's in scoring position, but Fernandez ahead of Duda 0-2. Delivery fastball blows him away. So Jose Fernandez fans Lucas Duda, and the Mets are set aside here in the 4th. Fernandez looking strong. We head to the top of the 5th. Marlins 2, Mets nothing. Here's Cal Raleigh. Raleigh acquired in a trade earlier on this season.
Number 29.
I concede I don't remember who the Marlins gave up. I'll say it was Trevor, and I'm blanking on his name, the pitcher. Trevor Richards, maybe? And somebody else. It was a fairly minor trade. So Syndergaard ahead of Raleigh here 0-2 to open up the 5th. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard for the first time in this one. As Syndergaard fans Raleigh. 4th strikeout for Syndergaard for the first out here in the 5th. Addy Joss of the Indians has won 19 games already. Rookie Addy Joss putting himself in the Cy Young, or Pitcher of the Year, since Cy Young is in the freaking league. So can't call it the Cy Young Award, but the Outstanding Pitcher Award. Joss has been terrific, and the Indians have gotten hot. And the idea that the Twins might blow that division is kind of stunning to me. The Twins were up 10.5 at the All-Star game. The Indians over the last month have cut it to 3. Rube Marquard leading the National League in wins with 17. Marquard, of course, had that terrific spot start for the Giants in Game 7 of the World Series last year in the losing effort. Things getting tenuous for the Red Sox in the AL East. The Yankees have gotten hot again. Cardinals have overtaken the Pirates by a half game in the Central. Check that out-of-town scoreboard. Red Sox and Rays scoreless in the 5th in Boston. David Price, Pedro Martinez, the pitching matchup there. Yankees up 4-2 on the Tigers in the 5th in the Bronx. Al Kaline is at his 15th home run for Detroit. Gil McDougall has driven in 3 for the Yankees. Blue Jays up 5-0 on the Orioles in the 5th. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has hit his 16th home run in that one. Royals up on the Mariners 1-0 in the 2nd. Floyd Bannister and Charlie Leibrandt, the pitching matchup there. Indians winning again up on the Astros in Cleveland 6-3 in the 5th. Adam Everett has driven in 3 for the Astros. Manny Ramirez home runs 30 and 31 for the Indians. Twins up 2-1 on the White Sox. Larry Heil his 11th home run of the year for the Twins. Alexi Ramirez has driven in a run for the White Sox. A's and Angels playing Anaheim later on. Rube Waddell and Garrett Richards, the pitching matchup there. Rangers lead the Expos 2-1 in the 5th in Montreal. Mark Teixeira has driven in a pair for the Rangers. Padres and D-backs playing later as there's a stolen base. Nip Winters and Randy Johnson, the pitching matchup out there in that one. So Yelich steals second to get himself in the scoring position. Here's Martin Prado, 1 out, man on second here in the top of the 5th. Cubbies and Brewers tied at 1 in the 2nd. Orville Overall and Corbin Burns, the pitching matchup there. Braves and Rockies will do battle in Colorado. Greg Maddux and John Thompson, the pitching matchup there. Phillies and Dodgers yet to get underway. Jim Bunning and Dazzy Vance, the pitching matchup there. Pirates in San Francisco to face the Giants. The Giants scalding hot. Dave Justy will pitch against Carl Hubble. Full count here to Prado. Syndergaard delivers. Looping shot in the center. Beltran coming on, but it's going to fall in front of him. Yelich got a great break on that ball. Comes around to score easily. He knew right off the bat that was going to get down. There's no throw home, and the Marlins take a 3-0 lead. Little bit of a jam shot, but Prado fights it off into center field. So now here's Hanley Ramirez. Ramirez is 0 for 2. Runner goes. Ramirez fouls it off. Pitch there from Syndergaard. Changeup is fouled off. Ground ball pulled foul. Shot out to right. Strawberry moves into the gap, puts it away. Runner retreats for the second out.
The batter, number 10.
Here's Gary Sheffield. Sheffield 1 for 1. He's also walked. He hit a solo home run to lead off the second inning to get the Marlins on the board. Fastball misses down low. Beatles says, Addy Joss, very good consideration for the McGreevy League. Yeah, he has been great. Lots of really good rookies this season here in the FSBL. Sheffield among them. Jose Fernandez and Noah Syndergaard among them too. Rookies are really kind of making a big impression this year in the league. But Joss, perhaps the best of all of them. Dwayne asks, how many games in a row did the Twins only score 1 run? It was at least 6. I don't know what they did in the past week, but it was at least 6 games they scored only 1 run. The injuries to Mauer and Cronin really, really hurting them. So the side is retired on the ground out. Prado drives in the run, though, gets the Marlins another run. We're midway through here at Shea. Marlins lead it 3-0. Beatles asked Dave Justy as a starter. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I mean, he started in his career a bit when he was with the Astros. But he certainly doesn't have what would be prototypical starter stamina in this. So I don't know if that was just a spot start because somebody got hurt and he got slipped in there. Because Justy, I know, won't have a stamina that would let him go for long. He hasn't been a starter regularly because, I mean, we've seen in broadcast what we've done, that Justy's been in the bullpen. Yeah, so I'm not actually sure what precipitated that. I'll actually have to remind myself to give that a look tomorrow when I go through the rosters. Before simming the next week. So Lindor, 0 for 1, 3-1 count as Jose Fernandez continues to deal for the Marlins. Lindor hits this one well, though. Deep out to right center. That's back near the wall, and that ball's out of here. And boy, would the Mets love to see some more of that from Francisco Lindor. First blemish on Jose Fernandez in this one, the 14th home run of the season for Lindor. And the Mets are on the board. They've cut the deficit to 3-1. You can tell by the trajectory of that ball, the wind is carrying out a bit here into right center. That ball had some drift to it, started off towards center and just kind of started carrying out there into that gap. So a leadoff homer for Lindor here in the 5th. Here's Bernard Gilkey. Fernandez starts him off with a strike. Gilkey 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 3rd. Fastball. Swung on and missed. Down in the dirt, so Fernandez bounces back by getting Gilkey on 3 pitches. Strikes him out. 5th strikeout for Fernandez for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Joe Ferguson. Ferguson 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 3rd. Ferguson acquired in the offseason. Trade that included Ed Charles and a pitcher, and I forget who the pitcher was, which will annoy me. But there's a shot. Ferguson hits this one well to left. Yelich is going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. And that ball's out of here. So the Mets with the 2nd home run of the inning. Joe Ferguson, home run number 19 for him. Power shot there from Ferguson, and the Mets have cut the deficit to 3-2. High fly ball to left. Yelich did everything he possibly could. He scaled the wall. Tried to bring that one back, but no such luck. So now the order turns over. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes is 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd. He's now 3 for 9 in the series. So the Mets have finally gotten to Fernandez a bit here in the 5th. Fastball there. Reyes fouls it off. Fly ball out to right. Sheffield ranges over. He gets there. Puts it away for the 2nd out.
Now batting, number 6.
So 2 down. Here's Jeff McNeil. McNeil is 0 for 2. Struck out and lined out, but made a perfect relay throw on a Derek Lee double in the corner to throw out Gary Sheffield. McNeil sporting some reverse splits this season. Beautiful curveball there from Fernandez. He's ahead of McNeil 0-2. Fastball fouled off away. Fernandez delivers. McNeil fouls this one off down the left field line. Going to the count. Fernandez pitch misses up high. One and 2 the count. McNeil chases out of the zone. That pitch was well low, but McNeil protected. Breaking ball there, jam shot, popped up to 3rd. Prado has it, and the side is retired. But the Mets get a pair of homers from Lindor and Ferguson to cut the deficit. We head to the top of the 6th. Marlins 3, Mets 2. So Syndergaard will stay on for the 6th at 78 pitches. Here's Derek Lee. Lee 1 for 2. He's got a double and a run scored. Fastball from Syndergaard in there for a called strike. Ferguson sets low. Fastball there, right down the heart from Syndergaard. He's ahead of Lee 0-2. Lee grounds this one to Lindor. Throws on to first, and there's one down. There you see, difference for Beatles Pirates this season, getting some pitching. Ed Morris, third in the National League in earned run average. Here's Dan Ugla. Ugla 1 for 2. He's got an RBI single. That came his last time up. Sandy Koufax leading all of baseball in strikeouts. He's the only pitcher over the 200 mark at this point. 202 as Ugla lines out to Duda for out number 2. So in steps Jeff Conine. Conine 2 for 2, a pair of singles. Slider in there for a called strike. Change up, misses down low. It's 1-1. Another slider, another one misses low and away. Fastball down low, it's 3-1. Mark Kotze waits on deck. Good fastball in there for a called strike. So the count goes full to Conine. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Marlins hold a 3-2 lead as they try to take the finale of the series. There's a shot, and Conine rips another one. That's going to be extra bases. Going to the wall and left. Gilkey plays it off the wall well. But Conine will be in at second ahead of the throw with a double. He's 3 for 3 on the day. Double number 18 for Conine the Barbarian as the Marlins have a runner in scoring position once again. And that's going to be it for Syndergaard. An arguably quick hook, but Syndergaard's coming out of this one. After the 2-out double to Conine. So Syndergaard goes 5 2/3. He's allowed 3 runs. Conine would be on his ledger as well. Here's Skip Lockwood. Lockwood, 8-5 in 50 appearances out of the bullpen, a 4.52 earned run average. He has not been anywhere near as effective as he was last season. The Mets will turn to him here to try to get Mark Kotze. Curveball in there for a called strike. Christopher Slovic is in the house. How are you, Chris? I hope all is well with you, my friend. I hope your travels went well. Ground ball down to first. Duda takes it to the bag, and the side is retired. Oh, Chris, you do not have to call it F-ball here. Please don't do that. You can call it by what it actually is here. But yes, I always love checking in with your football stuff. Then you're that whole college thing you've got going on is outstanding. Yes, there's no need for poopy head ball references here. With a Laos. Did you come across any new sports that you weren't familiar with while you were there that you can do like a Little League World Series kind of version of a game, some obscure sport that you'll now run a league on your channel. Strawberry rips one down the right field line, but foul. Count goes 0-2. High fastball, Darrow won't chase. Oh, futsal. Futsal's great. Oh, futsal is a lot of fun. Especially when they do it properly and they play with the little ball. My kids got into futsal as Strawberry pops it up, and good job by Rowley to track it down for out number 2. And they just try to have them play it with like it was a bigger ball, but it was like a regular soccer ball, but it was weighted, and that just wasn't the same thing. You got to play with the little mini ball. The proper futsal is a lot of fun. So 2 down. Here's Howard Johnson. 26 doubles for him. He's got a stolen base on the day. Three deep Frogger. We used to do that in high school. Until one of my friends got harassed by the cops about it, and then we all decided it was probably best to not get caught doing that. But we're glad you made it back and survived your human Frogger experience, Christopher. Hojo goes again. It's another stolen base for Johnson. Stolen base number 19 for Hojo, who would have killed for that head of hair in real life. Duda through the hole. That's a base hit. We'll see if they send Johnson, and they do. Yelich comes up throwing. Hojo's around. He comes home to score, and the Mets have tied up the ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-3. So Duda shoots one through the hole. The stolen base from Howard Johnson sets up the game-tying hit. Johnson comes home to even the score. And now here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor 1 for 2. He homered earlier. Fastball at the knees for strike 1. The Frogger theme. Jeez, now I'm gonna have to go dial that up and listen to the Frogger theme because I don't remember it. Lindor, ground ball up the middle. Nice play, Hanley Ramirez. He flips to Ugla to get the force, and the side is retired. But the moronic uniform glitch comes into play as Duda ties the game. We head to the top of the 7th. Marlins and Mets tied at 3.
Leading off for the Marlins, the catcher, number 29.
So here's Cal Raleigh. Raleigh is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. There's a shot to second. Fielded by McNeil. Throws him out. Is very quickly 1 away. So as I mentioned previously, I'm starting to kind of intervene in some of the lineup stuff that goes on late in games. I won't do anything before the 7th, but now we'll kind of start evaluating whether pinch hitters, it's the top of the order here for the Marlins, whether pinch hitters will make a bit more sense at certain points, because the game is not aggressive enough with pinch hitters, I don't find. Rick Reed and Pat Zachary out in the bullpen. Pat Zachary getting a call up. I think he came in, he got called up. I think Ed Lynch got hurt. And Pat Zachary ended up taking his place in the bullpen. Can't imagine Pat Zachary getting a high leverage situation, but we'll see. 2-1 the count here as Lockwood works to Yelich. Yelich hammers this one, but foul. So the count now goes to 2-2. That one is fouled off. Ground ball to second. McNeil can't come up with it. And the Yelich is going to be safe on the error by Jeff McNeil. So McNeil, who made the best defensive play of this game earlier on that relay we talked about, now makes a defensive blunder as he boots the ground ball from Yelich. The lead run is now on base. In steps Martin Prado. Prado 1 for 3. Yelich can run. Fastball from Lockwood in there for a called strike. Fastball misses up high. It's 1-1. Prado, AUC, has grounded into 14 double plays during the course of the season. Wood delivers another fastball in there for a called strike. Throw over to first. Yelich dives back in as Duda applies the tag. Duda's time could be numbered here. The Mets drafting Pete Alonso in the rookie draft this season. Good pick off there, and they get him. Lockwood picks off Yelich, and that's a terrible job by Christian Yelich. You cannot get nabbed there as the lead run. Yelich looked like he was probably getting ready to try to get himself into scoring position, and Lockwood picks him off. So 2 down now. Slider there gets Prado, and the side is retired. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Shea. Lockwood fans Martin Prado, and seeing Skip Lockwood's glasses there is going to make me reference a stupid thing that I encountered in the last couple of days. So, as Brian Sanchez comes in, Jose Fernandez is done through 6. Sanchez 7-3, a 4.31 earned run average in 61 appearances. So you guys will know that I gripe fairly frequently here about stupid things that these games do, including the show, which is a great game. Idiotic stuff like the uniform glitch and whatever. EA, of course, does their share of moronic stuff too. So you saw Skip Lockwood coming off the mound there, and he's got his glasses, which he wore and which I put on him when I created him here. So in Madden, while I work on that project, when I was doing the Chicago Bears, I was creating a linebacker named Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera has also gone on to be a coach in the NFL with Washington, most notably. And Rivera wears glasses all the time. It's part of his look, and it's kind of like the fans have fun with the glasses and stuff like that. Well, if you create Ron Rivera, the player, in the game, in Madden, it automatically puts the glasses on him, and you can't take them off. So you've got this linebacker in his full football gear, wearing these like wire-rimmed, bespectacled glasses. You have to misspell his name. I gave him 2 N's in Ron because that triggers it to not happen. Like, it seems like something that's clever. Oh, look at that. You're putting the glasses on Ron Rivera. But you can't give me a means of taking the glasses off of him? That is so positively stupid. Unbelievable. Like, I laughed. It was completely idiotic. Anyway. So the Mets have put 2 on Sanchez here in a flash. Joe Ferguson puts one right over the third base bag. Good angle there. So first and second, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jose Reyes. Reyes squares to bunt. Sanchez goes to second, and that was a terrible decision. Sanchez tries to cut down the runner at second, not thinking he could get Reyes at first, and he ends up getting nobody. So now, the Mets have the bases loaded here. And here's Jeff McNeil. McNeil is 0 for 3. He'll stay in with the righty pitcher on the mound. Edgardo Alfonso still waits on the bench. He's a lefty, of course. I'd pinch hit Alfonso for him. Fastball there, misses off the plate to McNeil. It's 2-0. Pitch here from Sanchez and ripped by McNeil. That's into the gap in left center. Kotze cuts it off, but that's going to bring home at least 2. And Reyes is coming all the way around. It's a bases clearing double for Jeff McNeil, and the Mets have taken a 6-3 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. 9th double of the year for McNeil. Clears the bases, and Brian Sanchez offers no relief instead of Jose Fernandez. So Sanchez comes in, and after sufficiently torching this game, he'll be relieved for Antonio Alfonseca. Alfonseca famously with the 6-fingered hand. 1-2, a mark on the year in 34 innings of work. I missed his ERA. I apologize for that. And Alfonseca now will get to face Carlos Beltran. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. The Mets, as Dwayne Martz notes, the Mets trailed this game 3-0. They got a pair of home runs in the 5th from Lindor and Joe Ferguson. And now they have completed that comeback and then some. 3 runs here in this inning to break a 3-3 tie. We'll see who gets the 8th for the Mets. It's the bridge to Jesse Orozco. Fly ball out to left center. Beltran got just a little bit under it. Kotze catches it. The runner tags. Throw is offline, and McNeil will get into third safely. So the runner moves over. Productive out from Beltran. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry is 0 for 3. 3 for 10 in the series with a pair of homers, though. That one pulled down to first. Lee has it. Flips to Alfonseca. I'm not really sure. He ran at third like he thought McNeil was going to go home. And then flipped to Alfonseca. A little bit of a... I'm not really sure. I don't think McNeil would have broken for home there. McNeil's not that fast. But good job by Lee to check him back, even if it looked kind of awkward. There's 2 away. And now here's Howard Johnson. There's a shot to right, but foul. Alfonseca trying to keep this a 3-run game. Johnson fouls this one off. It's 0-2. At the knees, strike 3 called. Down goes Hojo, and the 7th is over. But a 3-run double from Jeff McNeil breaks the 3-3 tie and gives the Mets the lead. We head to the top of the 8th. Mets 6, Marlins 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
So former Negro Leaguer Square Moore is going to come in. Moore has been terrific for the Mets this year. 1-1, a 1.13 earned run average. He's pitched only 16 innings in 20 games. But when he's called on, he's done the job, and now he gets the heart of this Marlins order. Hanley Ramirez 0 for 3. Fastball for Moore up high. They say that Ramirez broke the plane, and it's 0-1. Moore fires, fastball off the plate, 1-1 the count. Zachary still throwing out there, as is the closer, Jesse Orozco. More than 50,000 on hand for this one here for the Mets at Shea. Nice curveball there from Moore. So the count to Ramirez goes to 1-2. Again, if you're wondering where Square Moore came from, the rookie drafts are 4 rounds of players in the remaining 100-player pool for each franchise. The 5th round is a random Negro League. This one tapped to first. Duda flips to Moore covering, and Ramirez is retired for 1 out.
Now batting, number 10.
Best Negro Leaguer to enter the league coming in next season for the Toronto Blue Jays, who drafted Josh Gibson. Not sure Gibson by himself will be able to get the Blue Jays into contention in that American League. Certainly not in that American League East with the Red Sox and Yankees to deal with, as Sheffield flies out to Strawberry for out number 2.
The first baseman,
But
number
still,
25.
Josh Gibson will certainly make some sort of an impact for that Toronto lineup. So here's Derek Lee. Lee is 1 for 3. Fastball from Moore, in for a called strike. Curveball misses away. The Mets have not overexposed Moore during this season, and they have reaped the benefits as he has been outstanding. Nice curveball falls in there. The count now is 1-2 to Lee. Fastball misses inside. It's 2-2. Delivery from Moore just off the plate. Dan Uggla waits in the on-deck circle. Moore hopes to not have to see him. Fastball there, fouled off. So the count stays full to Lee. Moore goes into the windup. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Square Moore continues his stunning ascent here for the Mets. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Mets lead it 6-3. So Alfonseca will stay in. He'll face Lucas Duda. Duda 2 for 3, a single and a double with an RBI. Sinker from Alfonseca, taken for a ball. That one is fouled off into the seats. It's 1-1. Sinker misses down low. 2-1 to count. And another one misses low. So Alfonseca trying to keep the ball down in the powerful Duda, but he's keeping it too far down, and Duda's not chasing. There's a fastball, and Duda strokes that one into the gap. Sheffield a little bit slow to react. Duda around first. He'll chug into second with his second double of the game, and it's a leadoff double for Duda here in the bottom of the 8th. That ball was scalded off the bat of the big country strong Mets first baseman. 111 exit velocity, in case your eyes couldn't tell you he hit it hard. Here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor 1 for 3. Sinker misses down low. Lindor homered back in the 5th to start the Mets' climb out of that 3-0 deficit. Sinker at the knees for a strike. That one grounded to second. Ugla has it. Throws to first. Runner moves over to third. But there's one out.
The batter, number 23.
So Duda on third. Here's Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey is 1 for 3. He's singled and scored in this game. 2 for 10 in the series. Ground ball, hot smash down to third. Nicely played by Prado. Duda dives back into the bag. Prado throws across to Lee for the second out. So Prado with a nice play to knock that down and throw him out to save a run. That'll bring up Joe Ferguson. Ferguson 2 for 3, a single and a homer. Fastball swung on and missed for strike one. Sinker, they say he went. Fans disagree. Great vantage point from the upper deck. You can tell how far he went, of course. 50,000 umpires. Jam shot there. Ferguson fouls it off. That one rides inside. Ferguson that time is able to hold up. The Oakland A's lead the American League West by 27.5 games. That is beyond ridiculous. Slider there gets Ferguson swinging, and the side is retired. So we'll head to the top of the ninth here in Shea. Marlins have some work to do. They trail at 6-3.
Your attention, please.
And they're going to go to the closer even with the 3-run lead. Jesse Orozco, 35 of 38 in save opportunities. A stellar 2.17 earned run average. Lefties batting 135 against Orozco this year. It won't be a lefty to face him to start off, though. Here's Dan Ugla. Ugla 1 for 3.
Number 6.
So if any lefty comes up, I don't think they have a lefty at the bottom of the order, but if they do, we're going to pinch hit a lefty for the Marlins here. We're not going to let them send a lefty up against Orozco since he's chewing up lefties this year. There's a shot. Out to left. That'll fall in. It's a blue base hit. Excuse me. Blue base hit to left.
The batter, the designated hitter.
So now here's Jeff Conine. Conine is 3 for 3. Fastball from Orozco on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Orozco gets the sign from Ferguson and delivers. Ground ball is short. This could be two. Lindor flips it to McNeil. McNeil is taken out on the slide and he airmails it. Good hard slide. Nothing wrong with it. This ball wasn't hit that hard to Lindor. Lindor flips to McNeil. McNeil is taken down hard by Ugla. Totally clean slide. So the throw goes errant. Conine takes second. That's going to go down as the second error on. Oh, I meant to hit pause here. Sorry. I'm not sure I can do it now. I have to let a pitch throw. All right. Hopefully he won't swing at the first pitch. And he does. All right. Well, I tried. Kotze grounds out to McNeil for the second out. Runner moves over to third. I was a little slow on the reaction there.
The batter, number 29.
Didn't intend on letting a lefty hit against Orozco. So now here's Cal Raleigh. Raleigh is 0 for 3. Marlins down to their final out. If Raleigh can get on, the order would turn over. Christian Yelich waits on deck. Yelich would, of course, be an exception. Even though he's a lefty, we would let Yelich hit against Orozco. Slider rides up and in. It's 2-1. Another one inside. 3-1 the count. Yelich would be the tying run. Roscoe looks in to get the sign from Ferguson. Here's the delivery. Fastball off the plate for ball 4. So now here comes Christian Yelich. Yelich is 0 for 3 on the day. He's got 22 homers on the year, though, batting .321. As mentioned, lefty's a tough battle against Orozco, who has been exceptional against them this year. Yelich trying to extend his hitting streak to 10, but more importantly, trying to get the Marlins back in this game. That pitch gets away from Ferguson. Konai is going to come in to score. We'll see how they score that one. Goes as a passed ball on Ferguson. So it's now a 6-4 ball game. There are still 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. But Orozco's got to deal with Yelich to try to put this one away. Fastball there, misses up high. Joaquin Prado waits on deck. Orozco delivers, misses inside. So now the count is 3-1. Good fastball there. Gets the count full. We'll see what Orozco offers up here. "3-2 pitch coming. Yelich fouls off the slider away to stay alive. 6-4 Mets, 2 outs, 3-2 count, runner on second. There's the pitch. Yelich down the right field line, hooks foul. Putting in a good battle here. Orozco takes a peek at the runner and delivers. Fastball on the outside corner at the knee, strike 3. Down goes Yelich, and Orozco closes it out. Albeit in a little bit shaky fashion, the Mets complete the sweep of the Marlins with a comeback victory. They trailed 3-0. But they come back to win it 6-3. So the Mets continue to live right this season. They get home runs from Lindor and Joe Ferguson to start the comeback. RBI single from Lucas Duda to tie the game, and then a 3-run double from Jeff McNeil to break the 3-run tie, the 3-3 tie, I should say. Skip Lockwood gets the win. Improves to 9-5. Brian Sanchez takes the loss. Falls to 7-4. 36th save of the season for Orozco. Final line score: Mets 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, both by Jeff McNeil. Marlins 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Orozco striking out Christian Yelich as the tying run at the plate to end the game. So the Mets will stay atop the NL East. The Marlins, again, came in 4 games back in the wild card spot. It is August 20th, so we've probably got, I guess it comes out to about 6 weeks left in this season. So that's 6 more games of the week. Again, if there's relevant games going into the final weekend of the season, we'll broadcast all of those on the channel. But so we're probably about 2 weeks out from getting to the postseason here in year 2 of the FSBL. And every game of the FSBL postseason will be broadcast, as was the case last year. So, we'll get out of this game here. Let's go take a quick look at the standings. I'm not going to go simming through the week, because there might be stuff I have to tend to there. Out of town scoreboard. Rays beat the Red Sox. Good pitcher's duel there. Price beats Martinez. Yankees defeat the Tigers. Yankees are closing in on the Red Sox. That's unbelievable. The Red Sox withstood one hot streak from the Yankees about 6 weeks ago, but the Yankees have gotten hot again, and this time they're catching up to Boston. Toronto defeats Baltimore 10-2. Minnesota over the White Sox 7-2. The Indians stay hot 7-4 over the Astros. Royals defeat the Mariners 3-2. Rangers beat the Expos 2-1. A's, of course, win again, beating the Angels 6-5. Brewers beat the Cubs 8-2. Cardinals defeat the Reds 5-0 to keep their hold on the NL Central. Padres defeat the Diamondbacks 2-1. Giants defeat the Pirates out in San Francisco. Sorry, Beatles. 6-5 there for the Giants, who have just been scalding since the All-Star break. Phillies defeat the Dodgers 7-3 in Los Angeles, and the Braves defeat the Rockies 2-1 in Colorado. So, with that, let's get through the day. Check out the standings before we call it a night. National League East, Mets up 3.5 on the Expos. Mets have won 9 of 10. In the Central, the Cardinals have overtaken the Pirates, who've now dropped 6 straight. Cardinals not playing particularly well either. They're just playing marginally better than the Pirates. Cardinals up by a half game. Brewers 4.5 back. Reds 5.5 back. And even the Cubbies, as much as they struggled, they're still in single digits. Only 9 games back. Giants have opened up a 10.5 game lead on the Dodgers. We'll get to the Giants in a moment because I want to go and check out what they have done, because they have been absolutely unconscious. Peaking at the right time. Currently, the Expos and Pirates sit as the 2 wild card spots. Dodgers 2 games back, Phillies 3, Brewers 4, Marlins 4.5, Reds 5, Braves and Cubs still on the fringe of things, 7.5 and 8.5 respectively. In the American League, the Red Sox trying to hold off the Yankees, who have won 5 straight. Sox have dropped 3 straight, still hold a half-game lead in the division. In the Central, the Twins' lead is down to 3.5. Indians have won 9 of 10 there. And in the West, the A's running away with that, as they've been basically since May 1st. The A's are just ridiculously good as they look to repeat as the champs. Yankees and Indians currently sit as the wild cards with a little bit of a cushion now. Orioles 5.5 games back, Tigers and Angels 8, White Sox 8.5. So the last thing we're going to do is I want to check out the Giants and see just how hot they've been. So we're going to go back to since July 1st. So 1-2, and then they won 5. So 6-2, 6-3, 7-3, 7-4, 7-5, 7-7. Okay, that's right. They lost the 4 games before. They lost the 4 games before winning the finale before the All-Star break. So since then, since that Dodgers win, they won 3. They won 7 in a row. Then they lost 1. And then they won 1, 2, 3 in a row. So it's 10-1, 10-2, 11-2, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24-3, 27-3 over their last 30 games. The Giants have just gone absolutely crazy. 27-3 in their last 30 games. We'll see how long they can keep that up. But the Giants trying to serve some notice that the reports of their demise were greatly exaggerated. And they look to try to set up a World Series rematch with the A's if all goes according to form. But there's some other teams that are going to have some things to say about that. The Red Sox and the Yankees could pose a problem in the American League for the A's. And this National League, the Mets have the pitching. The Mets can threaten. The Cardinals, if they get hot at the right time, I'm not sure the Pirates can do it just because they don't have enough impact, but we'll see. Asking the Pirates pitching to hold up in a series against the Giants would be a really, really big ask. But we'll see what happens. That's why they play the games, folks. Tex, I think a lot of people along lines of that thinking. I mean, the Giants 27-3 in their last 30. That's probably the best stretch that there's been in the FSBL. Anyway, it is late. I greatly appreciate you guys staying with me. I know I got a late start on this broadcast tonight, so I really do appreciate it. Tex Zags, Dwayne Martz, Christopher Slovic jumping on along with me. Beatles eternally, of course. Support always appreciated. Bernard Strom was here as well. Hope you guys have a great night. I will see you at some point in some fashion tomorrow. Be good. Support each other's channels. Bang that like button if you have not all as of yet. Be good to each other, and we'll talk soon.